Oh, hi there, I didn't see you. Welcome to another episode of Did You Know? My name is Luisa Contreras, and with my colleague Ale Gonzalez, we created this show in order to present you important information from today's society. On today's episode, we are going to talk about such an important topic, sexism.
Did you know that a study done to 4,000 men from Canada, USA, and Australia about your perceptions of masculinity and expressing emotions by Movember, a charity whose mission is to help with the men's health crisis, showed that 58% of men feel like they're expected to be emotionally strong and show no weakness. And 38% of men have avoided talking to others about their feelings to avoid appearing unmanly. This is a proof that in other cultures, men feel this way, meaning that Mexican culture, being a country near two of them, can be influenced as well and have the same ideas. Mexico, according to Veronica Lira Ortiz, a daughter of Marion West, is well known for being sexist in the early years. In history, the leaders of many wars were men who are described as strong and manly. This leads to many men thinking that that's how they're supposed to be relating, mainly to not showing weak emotions as sadness. This culture is still present nowadays, and many teenagers suffer from sexist parents with sexist traditions. Fathers who daily tell their sons to be a man and not act like a girl, to do men's sports, that dancing is for girls. With this experiment, we expect to see these patterns in society in male teenagers.
Well, we didn't know that either, so we decided to take this matter into our own heads, but in order to do so, another question arose. How did the sexist parenting of the 2000s affect how men and women in Prepa Tech express their feelings based on their gender?
We ran an experiment with 10 men and 10 women from each semester in our high school and exposed them to different videos. We wanted to prove that if teenagers in Prepa Tech are exposed to videos that evoke feelings, then men will react differently than women due to sexist parenting in the 2000s.
After comparing the experiment with the people selected from the first survey, we were able to observe that the results and the same questions varied extremely, differing from one gender to another. We found out that female subjects that were brought up in a sexist environment were more sensible and sentimental, specifically on question number 1, which was about if they cried on the video that evoked sadness. This same pattern was observed on the other two questions, showing that men had a harder time at expressing feelings that made them look vulnerable, while women had no trouble on this exact same issue. On the other hand, when we surveyed men on these exact same questions, the answers received were completely different.
But why?
You must ask. Because when we received these answers, almost everyone except for 3 men said they were nowhere near crying.
At the end, we were able to answer a question, and yes, men who grew up in a sexist environment suppress their feelings and react differently than women. They might feel trapped with their feelings and not be able to show them thanks to what society will think of them. You have reached the end of another episode, so see you again in the next episode of Did You Know?